Good morning and welcome to today's session on online satellite data repositories and learning resources. In this session, we'll be learning the about the satellite data and the source of this satellite data, how you can access this data, and I will also discuss about some of the concept of e-learning, that is the online training and education. What are the possibilities, and suppose you are interested to share this information or content with your student, how you can do it. So this is the agenda of the today's session. So let us start the session. So this is a overall structure. First we will try to understand about GIS technology, because the satellite imageries or satellite data, whatever we are discussing here, is an important input or important source of information for geographical information system. So today we'll also try to understand what is the GIS technology. So we'll understand the GIS data types, how GIS is useful for school education, especially for the school students, if they are willing to make their career in the field of geographical information system or maybe remote sensing or earth observation systems, how they can do it. We'll also see the career opportunities, because we know that many school teachers with the background of geography are also participating in this training program. I hope this session will be useful for them, so that we'll understand what are the possibilities of the career, so that you can guide or you can tell your students to look into this technology or this option also as a career option. Then we'll have some discussion on the satellite data sources. So here when I say the satellite data sources, these include the satellite data from the national and international space agencies, which include ISRO. So I will also tell you, if you are willing to take or utilize the satellite data from space agency like NASA, European Space Agency or Japanese Space Agency, how you can access the data. And then finally we'll have discussion on the active learning and online learning. You know that this particular training program we are conducting in the online mode, through which you are basically connected with us and you are using our learning platform. You are also using the YouTube or live streaming platforms. So we'll understand how this active learning concept is being utilized for the online training and education. I'll be telling about the ISRO's outreach program or distance learning programs, what kind of training programs or education programs we are conducting from here, how you and your student can take benefit of it. And then some of the important online learning resources in the space education, because this training programs we are giving you the overview of different aspects of space technology, right from the rocketry to space infrastructure to spacecraft systems to interplanetary science. We are discussing about the different remote sensing applications and so on. So I will also tell you about the important learning resources, especially the online repositories from which you can get the very good, interesting content on the space education. And then a little bit idea about our online learning or distance learning program of IIRS Dehradun. So if you try to understand the GIS, it is also known as a geographical information system, or sometimes we call it as a geographical information science or geographical information studies. So here depend upon in which context we are using this technology. If it is with respect to technology we are talking, that it is known as a system. If it is related to theory and the concept, then we call it a special geographical information science. If it is studied with respect to societal context, then it is known as a geographical information studies. So what kind of information you can get? Basically you can get the information about the different object or phenomena in the earth's surface. So it can answer the different queries like what is available, where it is available, when it is available. So here we studied in space and time. So this technology basically gives you the information about the earth's surface with respect to space and time. Now, if you see the different type of questions what this technology can answer with respect to our geography, it is a location, condition, trend, pattern, and modeling. When I say the location, you can get the information what is available at this location. Say that what is available at Dehradun, what is available at Delhi. So this is a location query where it is available. If I say that where is Taj Mahal located, where is Indian Institute of Remote Sensing located, so this is a conditional statement. Then we can also answer the questions like trend, what happened or what changes since some specific time. Suppose you want to understand how a particular city is changing in different time slot. Like suppose I want to understand the status of Delhi since 1980 to 2023. So the GIS, since having the time series data, temporal data, so I can understand so things how things are changing in the terrain, how things are changing in the geography. So this is a very important thing what you can get from the geographical information system. You can also get the information on the special patterns. So suppose you want to understand what kind of patterns are existing. Suppose you are trying to understand the rainfall patterns, you are trying to understand the temperature pattern. So since this data is available in the form of the maps with the location information or with the spatial extent, then the pattern recognition is very easy in this technology. The most powerful capability of geographical information system is a modeling. So modeling is like a is model what is it is model is basically abstract representation of the reality. So what we can do when we have the data in the space and time domain, so we can generate the scenarios, that is future scenarios. If my city grows in the same patterns, in the same trend, what will the condition after 30 years, what will the condition after 50 years? So I can model the scenarios as future scenario. So this technology help us to understand the future scenarios so that we can make a better planning for our future requirement. So in this technology, basically the inputs are required from the global navigation satellite system, remote sensing, and the geographical information system. If you combine together all three technology, then this technology called geospatial technology. So here, if you try to understand the GNSS, which is a global navigation satellite system, it is basically a constellation of satellite which is used for getting the precise location of an object in Earth's surface. When I say the precise location, this location is presented in the form of the latitude, longitude, and altitude. So, typical example of GNSS is a GPS. It's a global positioning system what you are using in your mobile. So, GPS is one typical service which is available for the users from United States of America. So, USA is offering this global service for all the users worldwide free of cost. So there are two type of signals. One is open series and defense series, and or maybe the closed signals are not available, but open signals are available for everyone. Similarly, India also is having its own navigation satellite system that is called IRNSS, that is the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, or later stage it was renamed as a NAVIC. It's a navigation with Indian constellation. So these satellite systems are also available to give the location information, the similar to GPS. The remote sensing, you know that this is a basically science or technology which basically generally use satellite or aerial platform to capture the information about the Earth's surface using electronic sensor. So here, when I say remote sensing, that means without in physical contact with the object, we are trying to get the information about the object through the sensing technology. So sensing is through the sensor, and this sensor can be deployed in the satellite or it can be deployed in the aerial platform as well. And these days, many times we are also deploying this sensor on the drones and the UAVs. So when we are deploying this sensor on the drones, then also we can capture the information about the different object in the Earth's surface. Already discussed about the geographical information system or GIS. So this is basically a software system with capability of input, storage, manipulation, analysis, and display or output of the geographical information in the form of the map or tabular data or a graphical charts and all. So this way, if you integrate all this technology, it becomes the very powerful technology. So here in the GIS, we handle different type of data. One is called attribute data, or second is called spatial data. So it is a attribute data. It is basically a tabular data which is recording the information or characteristic of a particular geographical object. So here you can see here what is shown here. In the background, this is a satellite image. On top of it, you are seeing some object with the green color, and these are the footprint of this object are drawn here. And when this footprint I can get from the satellite image, because satellite, when giving the observations, it can only give the footprint of an object, but it cannot give me the characteristics of this object. For example, suppose this footprint is a footprint of a building, but either this building belongs to a private uh, building category or government building, or either it is a school or hospital and shopping center. Satellite cannot give this information. This information we collect from the ground and store in as a attribute data. Then we can link this attribute data with this footprint and make this data as a complete data of the GIS. So when we capture the data in the form of the footprint of an object, then we have a different type of data models. One is called raster data model, and second is called vector data model. So raster is like a simple photograph what you are taking from your mobile phone. Similarly, you can take the similar photograph from the satellite sensor. But vector data model is basically, and the geographical features we store or record in the form of the geometry. And these geometries are like point, line, and polygon geometry. And we store this data into our database system. And then later stage we connect the attribute data by using the simple the concept of data joining and data relate operations, and then we make this data ready for analysis. This is one of the example. You can see this is a satellite image captured by our Cartosat 3 satellite, and you can see the many or most of the geographical features are very nicely visualized here. So if you try to zoom it slightly, you can understand what quality data it is. So here you can see this is one area. So these are the vehicles also nicely visible here in the parking areas, and you can see the all this stadium and all this location very nicely captured by the satellite. So satellite can capture this kind of information. Now I can tell about the different geographical feature, but I don't know what exactly it is. So I have to collect the ground data and then attach the ground data with this satellite based observations, and then I can make my data as a complete data set. So this is another example. We can also generate the 3D fly-throughs or 3D models of a terrain. So since it was a video, I think it is not playing properly here. So you can visualize here. This is a Gangotri glacier. From here you can see the Gomukh. So here 3D visualizations or 3D analysis also you can perform, because one satellite is capturing the images, satellite images, and many satellite like Cartosat 1 have the studio capability, and we can generate the 3D view of a geographical terrain. So these are some typical example from the different mapping services which are available online. They are hosting the different type of data. So here our Indian data is equally good. You can see the example from the Google, from Bing Map, from Apple Map, but this is the example from ISRO Cartosat. Same area, how it looks like. In many time you can say either it's comparable, or in some cases it's better than the other satellite imagery available in the global platforms. Now if you try to understand or learn these all technologies, the satellite based observations, satellite remote sensing, geographical information system, global navigation satellite system, and so on. So how they at the school level, how we can learn these technologies. Although in maybe in geography syllabus of CBSE board, there are 1 or 2 chapters at 11th and 12th on the remote sensing in GIS, but we need to include or learn these things under the science, computer science, IT, mathematics, economics, and life science, so on. So if you are teaching or your students are studying geography or science, computer science, IT, mathematics, economics, and life science, this particular domain can be one of the good career option for them. So the student with this background or having interest in these subjects are a good candidate for a GIS professional. So you can see here what are the career opportunities here. There are many industries, the scientific organizations, they are basically hiring these people. If they are having the computer science background or IT backgrounds, they can be GIS database administrators, they can be GIS software developer, they can be web mapping developers. If they are interested in GIS science, so these days one of the very popular things are coming in picture these days is called data scientists. So data scientists are playing very important role in many applications areas, including businesses, science, and so on. So here if you are having the GIS science background or you are interested to build your career in this domain, so you can be a data scientist, and you can be a forester, archaeologist, earth scientist, geologist, and so on. There are many options here. And you can also make your career as educators, you can be teachers, and you can also teach this subject in the different colleges, because these days many university level college or maybe institutions at the undergraduate and postgraduate level they are conducting or they are having the special programs, education programs at the BTech level, BSc, MSc level on the remote sensing and GIS technology. If you see the industries which are working in this domain, it's called surveying, computer science, engineering, informatics, geology, mining, and so on, where these data scientists or these GIS professionals are basically making their career. So GIS markets by component, if you try to understand, we have a good market on the hardware, software, functions, and users. If you see the hardware, so GIS collectors, data protestation survey, radar, GNSS antenna, software developers, function like mapping, surveying, navigation, location-based services, and so on. It's a huge market is there. In fact, in future, we are expecting that this particular domain will have a great role to play in our economy. So if you are really interested to become a GIS professional, or maybe your students are interested, they have to continue a habit of lifelong education. They have to consider certifications, because certifications are very important. The technologies are growing very fast, and you can see that every year there will be some changes or some advancement in the technologies. What we recommend here that they should keep on seeing the online training programs, educations, what is happening in this domain, so that they can learn the new development there and they can build their careers. Interact with their peers, that's very important. So networking is important in all the areas, all the discipline, but here in case of GIS, it is very important, and we strongly recommend if you have this kind of attitude, then definitely you can look for this as your career option. You have to have attitude of sharing your knowledge, take your interaction with your GIS peers to the next level by participating on the knowledge sharing sites. Play in the sandbox, that's very important, because suppose you are expert in one of the software product of GIS or remote sensing, so you should know also about other software product what they are providing to the users. So sandboxing is very important. Pay it forward, so volunteer your GIS skills to help out a local organizations or profit in your areas. So that's very important. Suppose somebody required your support, your technical skills, you should be very active, proactive to share your knowledge or to share your expertise with this organization to provide the solution for a specific problem. Now, with this background, now suppose now after seeing these slides or listening these lectures, if you have any interest on this domain, so from where you will get the data? So where data is available to learn this technology? So just quickly, I will brief you about some of the important online data repositories, including satellite imagery and thematic map, from where you can download or access this information and you can start learning the technology. In the open public domain, some of the popular geoportals like Google Map, Bing Map, OpenStreetMap, Wikimapia, and ISRO Bhuvan, maybe you may be knowing about it. My colleague tomorrow will be demonstrating some of these websites to you, and these websites are giving very interesting data free of cost to the users. So maybe you may be using the Google Map for some of your application, but you can also use the Google Map for your very innovative solutions. You can build the business on top of it. You can take the example of the Swiggy and Zomato or Ola or Uber cabs. What they are doing, they are keeping the Google Map in the background and they are building their own business. So this kind of services are possible here. So here you please explore this website and try to understand what is available there and how you can use it. So there are companies like Map My India, and from government of India side, Indian NSDI, Biodiversity Information System, Indian Bioresource Information Network, India Water Resource Information System, Bharat Map. These are the some other website, so which are giving you very interesting data. For example, suppose you are very much interested on the water source of India, and this water source information, either it's a surface water or groundwater, is nicely compiled in the form of the Indian Water Resource Information System, and you can visit this website and get this data for your own application. Similarly, for suppose bioresource data, suppose you are interested in flora and fauna, and you want to see their geographical distributions, their locations, their other characteristics, so you can visit the website called Biodiversity Information System, or Indian Bioresource Information Network. As per the satellite data is concerned, there are many national and international organizations. They are offering satellite data free of cost to their users. Few of these examples are listed here. You can see the USGS Earth Explorer. This is basically one of the most popular data repository for the GIS professionals. It offers the latest satellite view like Landsat, Spice satellite like Corona missions, hyperspectral data from the Hyperion missions of NASA, and you can download the data for entire globe. So you can select your area of interest by name, or you can draw a polygon there that I'm interested on this area. So then you can download the data. Sentinel Open Access Hub. This is a data repository from European Space Agency. They provide the beautiful data on a very high temporal resolution. That is basically every 10 days you can get the new data sets or latest coverage of your own area of interest. So you can see how things are changing in your locality, and these satellite imageries are available from Sentinel Open Access Hub. So the best quality is 10 meter spatial resolution, and 10 meter spatial resolution is considered as a high resolution satellite image, which is having many applications. You can build the many applications by using this satellite data. Similarly, we have the NASA Earth Data Search. We have the NOAA Data Access Viewer. I will not read all the things because these are listed here. You can search and you can look for these data repository as per your requirements. Then Digital Globe and Airbus Defense. These are the two commercial companies. They are also selling the data. So sometimes if you are looking for some satellite image on the cost basis for specific applications, so you can buy these data product from these two important websites. Bhuvan is a website which is developed by Indian Space Research Organization. It's basically having the rich contents and seamless availability of multi-temporal, multi-resolution satellite data for entire Indian regions, and it also hosts the thematic and disaster-specific data sets and information services. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll have some demonstration on this particular component, and then you will see that very interesting data products are available from this particular website for our own country. Now, this is about the GIS technology, data repository and all. So suppose now you are having some interest to learn this concept. So let us try to understand what is the concept of active learning and online learning platforms. So by this time you must be very much aware of our IIRS e-class portal, or the platform through which we are conducting this online training and program. So just for your awareness, I will just discuss about the concept of active learning. So you all are the teachers, you know that what is the best way of teaching to the student. So but if you try to understand the literatures, there are many methods of learnings that is called work-based learning, e-learning, regular skill development and so on. So work-based learning is basically for the employees, the workforce of an organization, how you can build their capability or capacity. So that is a very normal way of learning. But in the recent past, last 10-15 years, we are seeing the concept of e-learning is getting very popular. So here the lot of interest is increasing here. There are many benefits of it, but certainly there are some limitations. We have seen the power of the e-learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, but e-learning cannot be the replacement of the classroom teachings. The classroom teachings are totally different thing. It's just a add-on to the classroom teaching, so that it can strengthen the power of the learning to the students. So here it's not like a online lecturing. So in e-learning we have a lot of interactivity. So we develop the very interactive content for the learners, and the learners are getting involved in the learning process. And there are many methods like collaborative learning, synchronous learning, asynchronous learning, and so on. So by adopting these models, we can start implementing it for our uh, students. So here we have to understand this graph is one of the very good scientific studies that were done in 1998. It says that the retention, how much your students are retaining. One is a lecturing. Lecturing is looks to be a very boring concept. You can see here initially around 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes, there will be some interest in the lectures. After 20 minutes, then the learners will start losing the interest in the lecturing process. It will come down. But active learning is the process, the retention will remain. For suppose you are conducting a session for the 60 minutes, the retention will continue. In between it will go down, come here, but ultimately retention will be very good. So how it happens, basically you are trying to involve the learner in the learning process. So how to get involved, how to involve the learners. So here a lot of activities you have to introduce into your learning process, like there could be some quizzes, some animations, some gaming, some activities for the learners, so that they will retain the things for long durations. So this is very popular things. This is online active learning concept. You may be knowing it because you all are the teachers. So you can see here, this is a triangle. It says that 10% what they read, this is for the learners. People remember, how they remember: 10% what they read, 30% what they see, 50% what they hear and see, and 70% what they say or write, and 90% what they do. So learning by doing is most effective way of learning for the students. So here you can see how the electronics based learning or e-learnings are being implemented. If it is a reading purpose, you can see that emails, e-documents, e-white papers. But emails, e-documents, e-white paper have the retention of only 10%. If it is a online self-study guides, videos, PowerPoints, and so on, then it is only 30% retention will be there. If it is a e-courses with audio and video interactions, then it will have the 50% retention. So live e-classes, interactive e-courses, what we are conducting right now. So I'm speaking from the studio and you are receiving the classes. It's a e-class kind of things. So 70% what they say or write here. So here the interactive e-courses are very, very important. But most important thing is we have to include the advanced technology like augmented reality, virtual reality, or simulations and gaming in the learning process set, so that the learning retention will be maximum, that is more than 90%. So here the electronics or technology is going to play very, very important role in coming time. So slowly you must be seeing that the virtual reality and augmented reality based solutions are getting very, very popular. Okay, that is not required, already I discussed about it. So here the internet is playing very, very important role, and we know that what is the power of internet technology, that out of around 7.6 billion people living in this world, 5.2 billion plus people are already using the internet technology. This technology is very, very powerful technology, and it is being used for many, many applications, right from the governance application to the entertainment to education. So everywhere this technology is being used. So you can understand the power of this technology. Now we have to see how we can implement, how we can utilize or harness the power of the internet technology for education and online learning. So here there are many methods like synchronous e-learning, asynchronous e-learning, linear learning, collaborative learning, and so on. These concepts are well documented in the literatures. As a teachers, you can also explore it, how the techniques can be implemented for your own domain. So here in ISRO, we very actively use the collaborative learning and the synchronous and asynchronous learning for many online training and education program for a different type of users. So in Indian Institute of Remote Sensing Dehradun, we have taken many initiatives basically to enhance the outreach of space science technology and its applications for different target user group, right from the school student to teachers to university professors, planners, decision makers, working professionals, and so on. So we conduct the many training programs at on campus and also in the online mode. You can see here the live and interactive classrooms, online e-learning programs using massive open online courses, content delivery through education videos. These are some of the activity what we are doing are listed here. So this is one typical example. Right now you are already Utilizing this power of e-class platforms, you can see that how their contents are delivered to the users and how you are asking your questions. In fact, in many of our programs, many colleges are streaming this session live into their classrooms, and their students are watching these videos in live. They are also asking the questions. Under this live and interactive programs, we identify the different nodal center in the country. You can see here from the Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and here Gujarat to northeastern states. So every here we have our own nodal centers, and these nodal centers are basically taking our classes. And every year you can see this particular program was started in 2007. Till 2022, you can see there is a great participation from the user side. So total beneficiary of these programs are 6 lakh plus learners already get the benefited from these programs. So you can see here during this COVID time in 2020, 21, 22, so the number of participants increased tremendously. You can see every year around 1.5 lakh participants we are training through this online learning platforms. And the training program for a school teacher is one of this example. So I will not go in detail how we basically are delivering these content to the users or learners. So there are different methods are there, and these methods are listed here. One of the typical example of this is there for your own this program for teachers. So this is a complete workflow what we designed here. So how the student registered there as an individual through the nodal centers. So we follow the complete learning process, and if they are following it, they can appear in the online examination, and also then they can participate in the quiz, and finally they are awarded with the certificate. And these certificates are basically a add-on to their biodata, so that they will have the additional knowledge about the space technology, its applications, GIS, remote sensing, and so on. Recently, we have started a program called ISRO Science, Technology and Engineering Mathematics program. We call it the ISRO STEM program. Under this programs, we launched this website called Antariksha Jigyasa. In my first lecture also, I mentioned about this website. So now I will play a very important short video of this particular website. It's around 2-3 minute videos, and we'll see what this website is providing and what kind of contents are available there.
Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, is committed to educate and inspire children and youth passionate for space domain, so that they will be enthused and plan their career in space science, technology, and applications. In this context, ISRO has developed a structured online virtual platform named Antariksha Jigyasa. This online platform focuses on development and sharing of innovative active learning contents on space science, technology, and its applications for young students for developing scientific temper and giving wings to their imagination. The Antariksha Jigyasa web portal offers many innovative online learning platforms such as Shiksha Gagan, Space Varta, Skypix, Space Spark, Antariksha Navachar, Space Quiz, etc. The Shiksha Gagan component offers massive open online certificate courses for young students. The Space Varta is the voice of ISRO scientists who share the theories behind scientific concepts related to specific areas of space science, technology, and applications, their experience in implementing the systems, and success stories and outcomes of major space missions. Skypix is a creative platform for the kids to showcase their imagination, creativity, and talent connected to astronomy, astrophysics, space, and related activities. Spark is ISRO's first ever 3D virtual space tech park, which includes a museum, a theater, an observatory, a garden with life-sized rockets, a lakeside cafe area, and a children's play area, along with several other interactions. Antariksha Navachar is an online platform for young innovators to submit their ideas, research outcomes, models, software, tools and techniques, problem-solving approach, or any other creative and innovative solutions. ISRO evaluates these on periodic basis and recognizes the best submissions in an appropriate way. Space Dictionary and Space Knowledge Repositories are archive of various space terminologies and important space missions. ISRO invites all young students and space enthusiasts to join the Antariksha Jigyasa platform and shape their space imaginations.
So this was a very short video. So I request all of you to visit our this website jigyasa.irs.gov.in, and under this website you will get all these contents. Recently we also have started in fact 2 months back only, space science and technology awareness training programs, that is called START programs. The main objective of this training program is to attract the young generation to the field of space science and technology, and the training modules are comprised of the introductory level topics on the various verticals of space science and technology, like astronomy, planetary science, and hello physics, and the atmospheric science, and so on. And all the contents we are going to deliver shortly under these programs. Maybe on last week we announced the registration for the student now, and registrations are in process, and most likely from July 20 onward this program will be available in the country. So if you talk about the availability of learning resources in the Hindi language, ISRO has launched this website called antrikshgyan.iirs.gov.in. In this website, whatever learning contents we are generating in our centers, especially in the Hindi language, we are hosting there and are available for the users. So we are trying to use the simplest our Hindi language to teach the space science technology and its application. And I request, if you have any interest on the learning the space technology in the Hindi language, so you can visit this particular website. We also have developed the content for the NCERT, that is basically for the your NCERT geography syllabus, and these contents are available in our website. This is e-learning.irs.gov.in. So you go to the section called NCERT, and then you can learn the remote sensing GIS, and or you can tell your student also to visit this website to learn about the technology called remote sensing and GIS. So here these contents are based on the syllabus what is given in your geography book, and the same syllabus is converted as e-learning contents. And then we have the another program called IRS ISRO Space Application Training Programs for the international users. Here also we conduct many massive open online courses on the different topic of space science and technology, and different level of contents like schools, children's, graduate, professionals, and decision maker and planners we prepare and we host in this website. School Bhuvan is another website what ISRO has launched here. So all the maps, whatever you are teaching in the class 11th and 12th are digitized, are hosted here in the portal called School Bhuvan. And in this here your student can learn class 9th onward students about the visualization of thematic maps and informations like various category like agriculture, water, soil, mineral based on NCERT syllabus. There is a provision of to sweeping the layers, like you can understand the mapping concept, you can generate the maps of your own locality for your own school and so on. There are many interesting tools are there. I request all of you to visit this website and also motivate your student to use this website for learning the geography through the Bhuvan portal. Similarly, the international agencies like Japanese Space Agency, NASA, or European Space Agency, they are also hosting a lot of learning content for the school student. So you can visit NASA STEM portals or JAXA Space Education Center. Looks to be quite interesting for very innovative space education or space training programs. So here they are also conducting online, in person, also they are inviting the student for their programs so that they can participate and they can learn all this technology. With this, I conclude my session, and now if you have any question, you can post into the chat box so we can take further discussion. With that, thank you very much. Thank you for attending this particular session. Thank you.